Well, have a wonderful good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the second part of this three-part online training series where I am sharing with you the three key ingredients for living a life that you would really love to live by design. So let's get started with the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so now let's do a quick recap of what we have covered so far during the first part of this training series. So I was talking about the idea that life speaks to us in two ways, both through our longings and also our discontent. So it's okay to feel dissatisfied about things that are going on in your life. It doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you. That's just how life is knocking on your door through your longings, like, oh, I wish I had more me time, or I wish the kids were nicer to each other, or I wish I could go on a holiday right now, but I can't. And discontent could be, oh, I'm so tired and exhausted of, repeating things over and over again to my kids. Why can't I just say it once and then they immediately do as I say? Something like that. So it's okay to notice what you're noticing, which is a really important life skill that you want to master in your life, to notice what you're noticing. Just like if I say, just notice the tip of your nose, or just notice your eyelashes. Can you notice that? Of course you can. Can you notice your ears, or your fingers, or your toes, your knees? Just notice what you're noticing without judging it. So the second thing that we covered is the idea that the quality of your life, of our lives, is really determined by the quality of questions that we ask ourselves. Remember the difference in energy, whether you are asking, oh gosh, how am I going to get to the end of this month and pay all my bills? And notice what that does in terms of your energy. It's really very disempowering and keeps you in this kind of, low mood or feeling. It's just not really nice. It's like a victim kind of question that you ask. Versus if you could ask yourself, I wonder what it would be like to go to the south of France for 2 weeks and generate an extra 10,000 euros doing that. I wonder if I can do that. See, that's a completely different energy in and of itself. So that really is a very important distinction to notice. And then I invited you to ask yourself this very, very important question when it comes to creating a life by design, is to ask yourself, what would I love? I mean, what would I truly love if time and money and education were no factors at all? What is it that really would light me up? What would I love? And we covered the 4 domains of our lives. We discovered those areas, health and well-being, in our relationships, time and money freedom, in our vocation, career, the way we express ourselves creatively. What would I love in those 4 areas of my life? And remember, I see that I have not put it in this recap form, but remember the GPS? So in order for you to really know what you would love, notice where you are right now. So what is your point A in those 4 areas of your life? And what would you love instead? So, and then we covered the first key, which is to have a clear picture, a vision. Remember that our mind thinks in pictures. So if I say to you, think of your bicycle, the ones who have bicycles, they immediately have a picture of their bicycle. Or think of your car. I mean, my car looks completely different than your car. I know for sure. Any which way, the key is that we all have a picture. We can all have a picture of things in our mind's eye. So you can also have a picture, a vision of the life that you would love to live in those 4 areas of your life. So as a dream builder, we learn to live a vision-based life rather than a circumstance-based life. And one of the amazing tools that we as human beings have been given is to use our capacity to imagine. So use your imagination. And then I invited you to make a vision board, a dream board. So I was wondering, did you have a chance to do that? And how did that make you feel? And I mean, feel free to send me a picture of your dream board. That would really be very fun. So maybe you did it together with your children as a family activity, and you would then teach them in a very playful way how it is to vision your life into being. So that is what we covered so far in the first part of the training series. And today, for this evening, we're going to discover the second key ingredient of what it takes to creating a life that you would absolutely love living by design. Yes, it's your mindset, your key to success, your mindset. Now, according to the dictionary, your mindset is a set of beliefs or a way of thinking that determines one's behavior, outlook, and mental attitude. So that's a whole mouthful, isn't it? A set of beliefs. So what are your beliefs about your health at the moment? Remember point A? So what do you believe about your current state of health? What are your beliefs about your relationships that you have with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your spouse, your clients, your boss, your coworkers, your colleagues, or the nice lady at the bakery store? What are your beliefs about them? What do you think of your current time and money freedom? What are your beliefs in that area? And that goes for the 4th domain of your life. So what is your current belief about your career? Because that truly determines one's behavior, your outlook, your results, and how your attitude. So how you move into your daily life, your attitude towards people, things. Now, I found this picture on the internet, and I thought this really was a very wonderful one. So, as you can see in this picture, there are 2 kinds of mindsets, the fixed one and the growth one. Well, the fixed mindset is the one who believes talent is inborn, the one who desires to be seen as perfect and talented. So it's a person who avoids challenge, gives up easily, sees effort as temporary, gets frustrated or ignores feedback or criticism, feels threatened by others' success. So if we would be very honest to ourselves, do we recognize either of these characteristics in ourselves? No right or wrong, just notice what you're noticing. And this mindset, this fixed mindset, leads to a very emotional cheerleader that is constantly trying to regulate herself and the way others view her. This creates a rigid and difficult athlete that is limiting her potential. So this is a type of person who would truly, want to know what other people think about her or him, and she gets upset very easily if people find her stupid or whatever. So her energy, her attention is on, oh, what other people say about me, and worry about that all day long. So that is really exhausting, isn't it just? Whereas the growth mindset believes that ability can be developed. It's the ultimate desire is to learn and improve so that, this person embraces challenge, pushes through setbacks, believes that effort is most important, uses feedback and criticism as a way to improve, and is inspired by and learns from other people's success. Now, to what degree can you see yourself in this growing mindset kind of person? And this leads to a hardworking cheerleader that is constantly looking to better herself or himself. This creates a calmer, more open-minded athlete that is coachable and can reach her fullest potential. And maybe you find yourself having characteristics of both of them, depending on the area of life that you are focused on. So there's no right or wrong question. Just be honest with yourself. What is your set point A when it comes to your mindset in those 4 areas of your life? Now, what you see here is really, really very important to understand. So as we have already seen in the first part that your thoughts can become things, I added this one so that you can have a better understanding of the relationship between the words that you're using and the results that you are experiencing right now in your life. So it goes from the left to the right. The words that you use in your everyday life form the thoughts that you think. And these thoughts form all kinds of stories that you have, the sets of beliefs that you have. And those thoughts, they produce a certain vibe within you. Now, what's the vibe? Vibe comes from the longer word vibration, and vibrations are your moods and your feelings. And as you can see, your vibes determines your results. So if you have a plus vibe, means a positive vibe, then that creates positive results in your life. Whereas if you have negative vibes, that will create negative results in your life. So take a really closer look to this box of words. So again, the words that you are using, like I'm using to create all these sentences that I just articulate right now, all consists of different words. So they form the thoughts that you think, and I'm now speaking the thoughts out loud. So, and the thoughts that I'm thinking produces and evokes a certain feeling within us, the vibes. So, and that can be a positive feeling, a mood or a feeling, or a negative one. And there is one universal law, which is called a law of attraction. And law of attraction kicks in right here, because what you need to understand is that the vibes that you are sending because of the thoughts that you are thinking are a magnet. And the law of attraction, so the universe, can only do one thing, and that is to match your vibes with like results. So if you're feeling bad, you're going to create crummy results. And if you really feel very, very good, then your results will be very amazing. Can you follow it so far? Now, as you can see, like I said, vibration is just another word for mood or a feeling. Now we have positive vibes and we have negative vibes. So as you can see, I put the yin-yang sign symbol in here. Oh, sorry. And it stands for this is the law of polarity. So there's light and darkness. And what do you think? Which is the yang and which is the yin? This is the yang part. This is the white thing, and the darker part is the yin. Because in the old ancient tradition, they work with metaphors. So they say, just imagine a mountain, and you have the sun shining on one side of the mountain. That's the sunny side. So that's the yang parts, where it's warm, it's daylight. And the other side, where the sun is not shining on, that's the shadow side. So that's the dark one. It's the yin side. It's colder, So it also goes with your positive vibes and your negative vibes. So can you come up with some positive vibes for yourself? And can you come up with some negative vibes? So what positive vibes do you notice within yourself that you have, that you experience on a frequent basis? So do you feel, easy, relaxed, happy? You enjoy life, you feel good about yourself. Those are positive vibes. Whereas negative vibes, like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I feel exhausted, I just want to go to bed, and I'm so frustrated, I'm so angry, so pissed off. Those are really negative vibes. So notice what you're noticing. That's really very important. Now, there are 3 words that I would love for you to replace it with other words. And that is the don'ts, not, and the no's. So how many times do you catch yourself using those 3 words? Don't slam the door. Don't put your jacket on the ground. Don't make such a mess of your room. Don't forget your homework. Don't leave outside. Don't leave the house without your jacket on. Don't play. Don't run in the house. Oh, how many times do you hear yourself say that to your kids a lot of times. But we really don't realize, there's the word again, how many times we use it. And often we tend to focus on what we don't want than on what we do want. So remember that everything that you place after these three words, you will attract. Say that again. So every word you place after the words don't, not, and no, the universe hears that as your intention. So if you say to your kid, don't slam the door, what is it that the universe hears? Slamming the door. Because guess what? The universe does not understand the words don't, not, and no. It sees don't slam the door as a request to slamming the door. It sees don't throw your jacket on the ground as a request to throw your jacket on the ground. Have you ever considered that? So really, if what you want is a perfect, healthy body, don't say, there's the word again, say, I want a healthy body instead of I don't want to feel crummy in my body, because the universe hears crummy in my body. So see if you can replace these three words with something else. And now every time you notice yourself using those words, push your internal pause button. So stop, shut your mouth, take a deep breath, and push that reset button. And you can do it, you can press your body just between your breasts, for example, as a place to say, okay, I press my reset button there. You can with your finger, touch the tip of your nose as a reminder to reset your button. And then you just ask, instead of saying, so don't slam the door, you stop, you pause push your internal pause button, you reset that sentence, and you say, okay, then what do I prefer instead? So you're going to reset your vibration, your mood, and your feelings. Remember, because the words that we use create the thoughts that we think. And the thoughts that we think predominantly during the day cause us to feel a certain way, to create a mood or a feeling. Whether it's positive or negative, it creates same results. So this is really very key for you to understand. That is really important for you to pause whenever you hear yourself say the word don't, not, or no. Now, with this said, the most important thing is, are you willing to change your belief system? Are you willing to change your mindset? Because you see, willingness truly opens the door to knowledge, direction, and achievement. Be willing to know, be willing to do, be willing to create a positive result. Be willing, especially, to follow your dream. Are you willing? Are you willing to create a life that you love by design? If so, then again, first of all, I invite you to notice what you're noticing, to be aware of your internal thermostat. Be aware of what your point A is in those 4 domain areas of your life. Understand that your words do create the results in your life. Push your internal pause button whenever you hear yourself say the words don't, not, or no. And are you willing? Are you willing to change? Because this is truly the second key. Change your mindset. If you notice discontent in an area of your life, then just get curious. Just get curious. I wonder what is underneath my discontent. I wonder what beautiful opportunity is about to express itself by means of me through this discontent. So it's okay to feel discontented. It's just a sign of life energy speaking to you, through you, by means of your discontent. And it's a knock on the door that is asking you to look deeper inside of you and see what beautiful treasure is buried underneath that discontent. So maybe you could see your discontent as a blessing in disguise, as something that is really wanting your attention for something that you have maybe been ignoring for a while, and now it's getting louder. For example, the headache is getting louder, or the fatigue is getting more to the forefront. It's because somewhere you're afraid to dive deeper into the matter, the heart of the discontent. And remember, life speaks to us in 2 ways, through our longings and also through our discontent. And that is really valuable information, because it is speaking to you, it is inviting you to open yourself up to a greater possibility. Something is not working anymore. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that the way you have been dealing with certain things in life is not serving you any longer, and life is knocking on your door and just say, wouldn't it be time for you to knock on a different door and open a different window to see if there's something out there that is more in alignment with what is about to be presented to you right now. Just as when I told you in the first part of the journey that I had this discontent a couple of years ago, where I felt that what I was, as a member of this organization, I didn't feel that connection, that heart-to-heart connection. It felt really off, and that spoke to me. And I was open enough to look inside and see and look at my belief system about that whole situation, and either stay with that organization and feel worse, or truly listen to that voice inside of me that is telling me to really take charge of my life, and that it's okay to add something new into the mix, create something new, to give more life, more juice to my practice of 18 years. So I invite you to keep a quarter of your mind open to the possibility to changing your mindset. Well, let's see if I can return to the screen. Let's see if I can do that. Here I am again. So that was the second training of this 3-part video training series on how you can create a life that you absolutely love living by design. I hope you found this very helpful. It was an honor and a pleasure for me to be sharing this valuable information with you. All these things that I, spoke about with you, I am practicing them myself in my everyday life, and I truly see the miraculous things that are unfolding on a daily basis because these principles really work. They work because I work it. And that's my invitation to you as well. So for today, I invite you to, take a moment every day, just 5 minutes even. What I do, for example, before I go to sleep, obviously I have a ritual of going, take a bath, take a shower, brush my teeth and all that, and then I go to bed. I love to have it really comfortable in my under the covers, and then I just would go through the day. I would really focus on what it is that I am very grateful for that happened during the day. And yeah, I would certainly take a closer look. Okay, what happened to me this day? And I would rate it from 1 to 5, for example. And then I would really ask myself, so what was my mindset about today? And I just have to look at my results. So I invite you to play with this idea of, if you're willing to open up your mind to new possibilities, to new ways of thinking, so that you can maybe turn up the dial of your internal thermostat if you want to have a different results in the 4 areas of your lives, or 1 or 2 of those areas of your lives. So thank you again for joining me for this second part, and hopefully I will see you very soon for the last part of this 3-part online video series. So have a great evening and talk to you soon. Namaste.